Hey guys, welcome to another how to win video. Today I'm going to be taking Carl into solo showdown Stormy Plains. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different because I want to focus on being able to deal with the Robo Boss. And as you can see, the Robo Boss is active in this map or on this map, Stormy Plains. And I thought I would just jump into some games and sort of show you how to deal with the Robot Boss because I know some people might struggle with it or might think it's an unfair part of the game. But personally, I think it's a really good modifier. I just wanted to shine some light and show you guys how good it can be or how you can use it to your own advantage and win some games. So without further ado, let's hop into the first game. Okay, we are spawning at the top of the map with two boxes to our right, but also a player over there. So we'll just use our attack to see if we can find him. It is a bow, so he doesn't have piercing, or he's got slight radius damage, I guess. His arrows do explode upon impact. So I was just gonna stay somewhat away from the boxes, but also using them to tank the shots, just so he wouldn't be able to take us out. So now that we've got the two power cubes, I'll make my way towards the middle, or I'll keep tapping this bow, depending on if he keeps going a little bit aggressive on us, to try and build up some super. As you guys do know, super is key in showdown. Always go for your super if you can, but if you can't, that is okay as well. Just prioritize power cubes instead. So we'll go for this box over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find out where the robot is, because that's what we're going to focus on in this video, being able to deal with the Robo Boss and showing you guys how to do that. So Shelly, bow, three Shellys actually. We're going to reposition ourselves, deal with this star Shelly instead of anyone else on the left hand side of the map, because I wanted to take only one person on, not three at a time. And we're actually pretty lucky here. The robot did spawn further away from us, so we'll be able to move towards the top right corner, and that will target somebody else that isn't us. And still fighting this Shelly here. I'm just using these walls for cover. She's trying to build her super, I'm trying to build mine. That's just the way it goes. We'll see if we can maybe get a shot off there. We won't be able to hit anything, so we'll try and push her towards the storm, because that way she will be forced to move out later on, and we have the upper hand here. Although the Shelly is moving around with the robot, she's actually pinched between two players, the Shelly and the other brawler over there. I'm not sure if it's a Sandy. No, it's another Shelly. So I'm going to keep my distance, but also stay near the fight, because I don't want to be the one getting pinched, but I also, if I can get a clean up, I will stay close enough for that to happen. We did find out that there's a Primo down there, so he actually did back off, which is pretty interesting. Didn't go for the kill. I was prepared to use my super to get out of there, but it doesn't look like we will need to be able to do that. This Primo's in a bad spot, and he's not actually pushing us out or pushing anyone out, so I'm going to see if I can maybe chip him down and deal some damage, help out this Daryl to take him out or something. There's a Shelly coming around with a robot, so when you see someone with a robot, you do not want to go for them. In fact, sometimes helping them take out the robot is the best thing you can do, because that way they'll stop targeting, they'll stop running in a specific path, like that Shelly. She's running in a straight line, and if the robot kept chasing her, it forces her to run the straight line, it forces her to go and kill me. So if I took out the robot, that threat is no longer there, and we have a better chance of being able to win the game. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use my super to just get out of here, stay on the storm, and I think we took the third place there. A little bit of an interesting ending there. This map is a little bit tricky with the finish, but we did still take third place at 6 trophies. I feel like we maneuvered ourselves pretty well in that game, but I want to see if I can get a different scenario or different scenarios with the robot, because a couple of different things I want to cover. Maybe if we get the robot ourselves, I'll see if I can get that in the next couple games. So let's hop right into that. Okay, we are spawning in the bottom left corner of the map, and we don't have any boxes around us, which is unfortunate, so we will head towards the middle for those double boxes there. Now, something interesting about these double boxes, if you don't go for them early on, or you're not really strong, you're better off not going for these, because it's super easy to get pinched, because if someone comes around the sides, you will be able to get taken out really quickly. So going for that first is actually a good thing. And now this is actually kind of perfect. So the robot did spawn on us. And one thing I'm going to talk about with dealing with the robot is if you can deal damage to it at all times, that's always worth it, because that way, if you get it really weak, then people can actually steal the robot from you, and that's better than being taken out in general. Or if no one ever comes towards you, you can just kill it yourself, no matter how little damage you do. So Carl's damage per second at least, isn't too high, although we have slowly chipped away at this robot, and no one's really been bugging us. So just been taking it around the edge of the map, sort of just walking it around. And we will be able to take it out right here. Get these 3 power cubes. So that's pretty anticlimactic situation. Sometimes you will be well off and you won't have to deal with anyone. Sometimes people will try and steal it. And in scenarios like that, what you want to do is try your hardest to try and pull it away from you. So there's a lot of different tricks you can do. The robot's pathing actually depends more on the terrain than where you're positioned in the map. So right here, we're in the top left corner, but behind a wall at the same time. So the robot sees this and it thinks, okay, well, he may be farther away, but since he may be closer to me, but since there's a bunch of walls in the way, it may target that Daryl that was below me, because he's got like a clearer path towards the Daryl than it does towards me, because I've got obstructions in the way. So that's another thing you can keep in mind. There's a lot of little like nooks and areas you can hide in on this map in particular that will allow you to escape situations. It's actually really interesting how you can do that. Now this Daryl going very aggressive. I'm not too sure why he did that. We'll be able to hopefully take him out here. I'm going to use my super to get away, because I just want to get myself far away from that Primo as possible, as he will be able to take us out very easily. Now Shelly is going to use her super aggressively to try and take us out, but that's not going to pay off because she's going to get taken out there. And that's actually an interesting thing. She was being chased by the robot. Now here's the thing in that situation. If I were that Shelly, I would not have used my super in that situation. I would have kept walking the robot around and tried to get it off me or tried to kill it, because if someone else kills you or takes the robot from you, they're just going to get third-partied and cleaned up by someone else. So logically speaking, if you don't go for the robot and you let the person with the robot take it out, everyone wins. So the person who killed the robot gets 3 power cubes and everyone else just doesn't get taken out. So she made a big mistake. She went aggro on me, and yes, I came 4th, but then she came 3rd afterwards, if that makes sense. So interesting thing right there. We weren't the person dealing with the robot, but they were in that case. So maybe that clears up some confusion, and we'll see if we can get a better example in the 3rd game. Okay, we are spawning in the top right corner of the map with a box below us and also a mic over there that I have spotted. So we may be able to go for this box if no one is hiding in these bushes. Now that bow did come from down there, so it makes me believe that he actually spawned near this box. So I'm pretty sure it's almost 100% safe to grab, and we did manage to get there alive and also being able to take that power cube. So there's a mic. He used 2 of his attacks, so I'm just going to go for the power cube and leave, because that means that he won't be able to burst me down. Dynamite is actually a very strong brawler. You don't ever want to underestimate the damage, because if he hits all 3 shots, he can take out a very large amount of the brawlers in the game, and a good mic will be able to land those shots as well, so you're always going to be careful. The robot is spawning in the middle there on us in particular. We're just going to leave it alone. I'll let the Shelly deal with that if it goes for him or for her. And looks like the Shelly has given up on us, so we will head over here, maybe try and get one cheeky shot, and we managed to hit her once. We'll see if we can keep tapping her. We've got a pretty solid angle to attack her, although she is repositioning herself, definitely what she wants to do, as the matchup of a Carl isn't too great for her. Now there's a bow below me. I've got a better angle on the bow than I do the Shelly, and the bow's also being targeted by a mic. Although we're going to leave the bow alone and go for the Shelly. And this game has been a pretty decent one. We haven't had the robot go anywhere near us, except for the very beginning. It spawned near us, but we managed to get it away from us. And I'm pretty sure someone else probably just took it out. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. It's actually spawning all the way over there in the corner. There's more people in that area than there is over here with me, so I'm almost confident that I'm not going to be affected by that. Now this Shelly is still tapping me. This Dynamite has the robot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to kill him, because if I kill him, then I have to deal with the robot. So I'm going to leave him alone and let these people at the top of the map, right there, the mic got killed at the top of the map, and those players now have to deal with the robot. Now that's a very crucial thing. Like, I wasn't teaming with the mic. It's like a strategical truce. I left him alone because I didn't want to deal with the robot. It's just perfect. It's one of those things that I don't feel like people really take into account. And I just wanted to shine light on stuff like that, and I'm glad we got that situation for the video. So I hope that helps you guys out when you are playing Showdown. Now we do have the robot on us, but it's so weak, we will be able to kill it, and we will just be able to grab these power cubes. So now we will be sitting with 5 in total. And there's also a Shelly, a Bull, and a BB above us. So I'm going to try and keep these guys weak. The Shelly's going to use, the BB's going to use her home run. And I'm just going to keep attacking her, keeping her chipped. I'm going to actually use my super, try to get to the top of the map up here, and going to hide. Oh, unfortunate. We only managed to take the 4th place because as a not-so-tanky brawler like Carl, you cannot handle so many tanks like Shelly's, BBs, and Bulls in the middle. So I'm going to leave this one in because I was very happy with that situation with the Dynamite and leaving him alone so he would take the robot instead of us. That's something that I think you guys should probably start doing a little bit more, because that's definitely something that people don't think about. They're like, oh, look, Dynamite, free kill, but then they come 6th place because they forgot that there's 5 other people in the game that took you out when you had the robot on you. So yeah, I think that's a good example, and we'll see what we can do in the 4th and final game. Okay, we are spawning at the bottom of the map, and we have a box to our right, so we may go for that unless there is another brawler in these bushes. There is a Primo right there, so we'll be able to get 2 shots on him with 1 full attack and only half of another attack. So we'll just head up here, see if we can get any boxes to ourselves. I think the Primo may go for that one over there, but he probably won't let us get this one over here. It's definitely not safe to go for this one, because if we go for that box, we'll get caught in that little 2x2 nook sort of thing, and he'll be able to just pinch us really easily. So we're better off not going for that. Now this bull is actually going to get very weak trying to go for that box. He can get away with it because he's got so much more health than us, but someone like us going against a Primo, we don't have enough health to deal with that, and we don't have any power cubes, which increases our health. So we're looking alright for the meantime. We have our super, we don't have power cubes, but we've got our super and also a good position. I've been keeping tabs on everyone like this Frank, and that Primo has moved around and also told us there's a crow on the map because he has gotten poisoned. I'm just going to keep this Frank weak if I can, or tapping him. He has got his super now. That's something to be mindful of. He's just going to push us out. He's going to flash his super. I'm not actually going to, I'm not really scared of it because he won't be able to really kill us. Like right there, we just outplayed him. We kept chipping him, and he thought, oh, I've got so much health I can get away with it. And then once we used one attack and I saw him get sort of below half health, I just used my super and I maneuvered around him, because if he used his super to stun us, we would have just maneuvered behind him since our movement speed is so quick with it. And yeah, it was just a pretty good counter in general. The robot's spawning over there, so I'm just going to head to the bottom. Pretty self-explanatory. I've already explained this, and I believe it was the first game dealing with the robot when it spawns further away. But when it spawns closer to you, you're better off trying to pass it off to someone else, and also not killing the person that has the robot, because if you kill the person with the robot, then the robot will now be targeting you, unless the robot has maybe 2,000 health left and you can kill it in like 2 shots. I am aware there's actually a crow at the top there. I just want to see where the robot spawns, because it actually could give us the win, because playing Carl is a little bit trickier. The robot is right there, and it's going for the crow. Still has 15,000 health, so I can use this to my advantage and see if I can maybe take him out, although he's probably going to get it. He's going to kill the robot there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to head around the map still, trying to chip him down as much as I can. He is spinning. He thinks he's won the game, but we shall see how it plays out. If we play this well enough, we may be able to win the game. If the robot does spawn near us, he's going to come right here. I'm just going to use my super. Oh, we weren't able to do anything there. The robot spawned in the very corner of the map. Very unfortunate. The crow just had so many power cubes, he was able to take us out. But it was a fairly good game there. I was quite happy with all of the gameplay in this video. I'm very glad with the examples I showed you, and I feel like I covered dealing with the robot fairly well. I personally really like this modifier, and I feel like if you know how to deal with it, it's just excellent. It's so good for pushing, because you can push so many different bowlers if you just play it really well. And yeah, that'll be it for me today, guys. I thank you very much for watching this video. If you did like it though, please leave a like on the video, and if you like content like this, the how to win stuff, be sure to subscribe, because I make these kind of videos all the time, every week or twice a week on this channel. And if you do have any further questions, feel free to pop into my Twitch streams, because I stream every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The links are down in the description below. So if you want to have some fun, or you just want to have a chat, or maybe you want to ask some questions about this video, I can probably elaborate a little bit more. So feel free to join me in there. But that'll be it for me today, guys. And as always, keep sweating. Sure.
Oh, Google just went off, and I thought it was another person because I heard footsteps.